viewers. Today, I am as Minister of Health and Social Welfare for a very important program. This program is issues and incidents happening to women in Liberia. It's an infection that has gone to a very havoc level. It's called Fistula. This is the situation the women go through this problem, having some abnormal pain in the genitals. Some women, a lot of them have been divorced, abandoned, and neglected by their husband. Families and communities have disassociated themselves from these affected women. And I'm here to discuss this program with the program director of this Fistula and Minister of Health. She's going to help us to understand the situation about Fistula and affected people in depth of this. Hello, madam.
Hello,
What's your name?
my name is Miss Marlin Ketopa.
Marlon, welcome to African Voices, and I'm here today to talk about Fistula.
Thank
And
you.
I'm happy to meet you. Please. Fistula is a word, both the sound and the phonetical side of it is a little bit strange. But however, it's a sickness. A sickness, I don't have the medical knowledge to interpret it, but you here. What is Fistula?
Thank you so much for the pleasure given me to explain the severe, humiliating condition that our women normally go through due to childbirth and due to some traumatic incidences. Fistula, quote unquote, in a very simplest way, we would say it's an abnormal opening between two organs or wrong communication between two organs. It's either the rectum or the vagina, where you will have involuntary flow of urine or feces coming from a young lady who have underwent delivery and came down with that situation, or who have fall prey of some traumatic situation.
Well, so what basically causes this fistula, this abnormal opening between the two organs, as you explained?
Okay. The Liberian Fistula project is wholly, based on the obstetric. I'm going to put something else there. Obstetric fistula, that is the fistula that is due to pregnancy and delivery. That is, if a young lady or a woman goes to give birth and she's delayed in giving birth, she stay up to 3 to 4 days. She comes down with this condition called fistula because the child is pressing on a tissue that is causing a hole on either the vagina, the bladder, or the urine, or the urethra. It leaves a hole where you will have feces or urine involuntarily coming. They really don't feel that it's coming. They don't have the urge to urinate, or they don't have the urge to defecate, but it comes involuntarily. It's just flowing only. It's so devastating. It's like having 2 taps of the bath top on, and you're trying to get rid of it, but you see just a cup to get it out. That's how it's so bad.
So when these fluids coming out from these women, the affected women, what type of fluids are those?
Wow.
Is the urine mixed up with blood or stuff? What exactly is those?
It's completely urine. Some of them, if they are because women, we go through some normal phenomena, our body go through some normal phenomena. If they are menstruating, blood will come with the fluid, but it's purely fluid and feces. That's how it's like.
Blood and feces?
Yeah, and it's very offensive because normally when they are affected with that, they are so afraid. They are so afraid to drink. They are so afraid to eat. They are so afraid to associate themselves because of the offensive odor, and they don't want the urine to come down. They get so afraid. They get so dehydrated. They get anemic, so forth.
And during that process, how is their coping mechanism and with that kind of lifestyle and uncontrollable fluids running out of the body?
Wow, it's so devastating. I wish one of my survivors were here to attest, to testify herself what she have actually been going through, because many a times they are rejected by their spouses, their families, their relations, and they are living in total isolation. Many a times they want to commit suicide and die. They just don't want to live because it's so painful for them, knowing that they having this condition and all their friends, their families have abandoned them. Where will they start from? And most often, sadly, most of our victims, our fistula victims in Liberia, are illiterate. That is, they don't go to school, they are dependent on their relations or their spouses. So if they fall prey of this condition, fistula is very devastating for them.
Before this name, the study came out with the practical name fistula. Have you ever heard, what name was it called in Liberia?
The pee and poo-poo sickness.
Okay, and pee and poo-poo sickness.
Yeah.
And it was something hidden?
Yes, it was something hidden. You wouldn't tell anybody that, well, I am a patient or a victim of fistula or the poo-poo and pee sickness, because they will feel that you are associated with some witchcraft activity, or yes, because that could be cured and you could get normal, your dignities can be restored.
And how you people came into opening this project and intervened?
Good, that's a very good one. Liberia is one of the countries that have had a very high maternal mortality rate.
Yes.
In 2006, according to the LDHS, the Liberia Demographic and Health Survey, they conducted a study in 2006 where they found that maternal mortality rate was just so high, and it was associated with so many other complications, including fistula. Based on that, the Ministry of Health, in collaboration with United Nations Population Fund, the UNFPA, decided to do a survey based on two main objectives. The first one is to study the extent of obstetric fistula in Liberia, and the second one is based on the findings to establish a comprehensive program where it will include prevention, treatment, rehabilitation, and reintegration. And based on that findings, the survey targeted 4 counties in Liberia, and those 4 counties, reason because those 4 counties have half of the population of Liberia. That's why they choose those 4 counties to roll it out to the other counties. Okay. And the findings from that survey, very alarming, was obstetric fistula, that, like I said earlier, the fistula that is associated with delivery. It came up to 87%. 87% of women were actually suffering from obstetric fistula. And on the other hand, 13% were traumatic due to our civil crisis that we just came from, because of rape, because of forceful instrument, piercing of instrument, and those of the things, because of infection and what have you. And alarming of them all, it was found that 56.6% of our fistula victims, they were stigmatized. Stigmatization came out to 56%, where once they found out that they are fistula patients, nobody wants to associate with them. Even if they go to marketplaces, they are being driven away from the place. If they go to public places, they are being pushed away from the public places because of the offensive odor and all of that. And because of that, based on that finding, in 2007, April 6, the Ministry of Health, in collaboration with UNFPA, launched the Liberia Fistula Project with those 3 components that they were assessing the survey on. The first one is prevention, which is very key, treatment, and rehabilitation and reintegration. And since the establishment, I don't know if I should go far.
No, please, come on. Go, yeah, this is for me.
Since the establishment of the project, there have been several of awareness creation where our people, our rural people, our urban people are being enlightened about this condition called fistula. It's no more a myth issue where people want to hide it anymore. People now, because of the awareness creation, people are now willing, they are willingly showing up that they, yes, I'm a patient and I want my dignity to be restored, because normally after their dignity are restored, they are so happy to go back in the community and show themselves to their families that rejected them. And it's so pathetic, and it's so sad, and it's so happy at the end when after they have gone through all the processes. But what the program is actually focusing on is the issue of prevention, because we all know fistula right now is a public health priority. So prevention is what.
If the cause, one of the causes is long duration of labor.
Yeah.
I'm not sure Ministry of Health can prevent that.
Of course.
Can you prevent long duration of labor?
Of course, we can do that. The Ministry of Health can do that by intensifying in-service training for healthcare providers. That is giving them more training, in the terms of health. I mean, the neonatal and maternal and health services, so that they will be able to well take care of the pregnant women out there, and to increase the manpower, the manpower in the health area. Yeah.
After your prevention, which is what you said, sound very admirable. Okay. The second thing is, before I go to restoration, rehabilitation.
Yeah.
Presently, what is your rehabilitation doing?
Wow. Presently, the rehabilitation is what we can always boast of. We boast of it, and we won't start boasting of it, because it's really, really, really trying to boost the morale of the project. That is, after the survivors, after the victims are treated and they are completely dry and they are okay, like I said earlier, most of them are illiterate. We explain to them that, hey, we got this rehabilitation center where you go to for a period of 4 to 6 months, and you have skill training to be economically empowered, that when you go in your respective homes or communities, you will be able to sustain yourself, you'll be able to do things for yourself without, be dependent on others. And those that express interest in attending the rehab center, they are accommodated. And at the rehab center, they have so many skills training. We do tailoring, we do cosmetology, we do soap making, we do pastry, and they do a lot of skills there. Coupled with that, we do what we call other leadership program, where at least by the time they have completed their course or their training cycle, they are able to print their names, just in case they need to sign on something. Yes, they are able to print their names. And after the entire process, and when they go through their graduation process, the project again gave each of those survivors all the materials they need in the area they study. That is, if you did tailoring, you will have a tailoring machine, you will have gloves, you have needles, you have threads, you have all the materials needed for tailoring. And coupled with that, we give you a cell phone, because we just don't leave them like that after they are trained. We check on them to follow on them, to know whether they are accepted by the community when they go home, to know whether the economic empowerment skills that they acquire, they are practicing it, and how well are they doing. And because we don't want to just do it and leave it halfway. We follow them up, and we are so proud of some of our survivors that came up good, and they are still coming up good. And when they leave, before they leave also, we give them like $100 US, where they go and start. Wherever they go, they start with that one, plus the materials, their training materials, and the cell phone we gave them.
This is a very interesting package, and that would have been the next question about monitoring. Do you follow up? Do you know what happened to them after?
Of course.
Because the entry is so interesting. Sometimes exit is where the problem is. I'm okay. You treated this person, you get this person healed, dignity restored, and that's just sometimes sickness comes right back.
Yes.
And evolves, okay? So, and you mentioned it right now. My last question is, Are you happy to do this program?
Very, very, very happy. I'm so happy that at least my sisters, my friends, my daughters that are out there, at least they can be able to smile again after they have been treated. Because it's I don't know. I don't really know. I wish I had, like I said earlier, I had my survivors here. And something I didn't say earlier, on the average, most of our survivors that we have dealt with, they are between the ages, initially they were between the ages 11 to 20 years. But from 2012 to present, they are between the ages 16 to 21 years. Okay. So I can tell you that they are mainly girls that are suffering from this dilapidating condition. So if I see them that that the dignitaries are being restored, I'm so happy because they always refer to me as our mom, and I'm so happy to ask their mother because it's a situation that I don't want my daughter, my mother, my sister to go through.
Illustrative situation.
Yeah.
How long do you think this program will continue?
Wow.
Because we're seeing a lot of programs, they come, achievements scored, and later on the program fade away. And this has to do with the restoration, prevention, and curative. And so how long do we see this program?
Fine, that's a very good one again. Presently, this program is highly donor oriented. That is, we have donors, that is.
They're putting in the support.
Yes, whatever. But as it is, the government turned to make this program a national program. That is a government owned.
Okay.
Just in case that if the donor withdraw from the program tomorrow, then we'll be still able to stand. Because if they do not leave, then cases come out again. What do we do next? We can't keep our children suffering, because the fact that they are already aware of this good program, they will always come up. So while the true that they will always come up, we have this plan where the government owns this thing that when they do not leave tomorrow, it will be able to be sustained by the government.
Thank you, Ms.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
You're welcome.
As we continue the coverage on fistula problem with women in Liberia, we tackle the prevention, the curative, and the survival. We've traveled miles to meet one of the survivors and be able to talk to her, to know after her ordeal how she's managing with life. Let's talk to her. Oh, you're the Liberian?
Yes.
Oh, nice to meet you. It's a pleasure.
Yes.
How are you doing today?
Fine.
We've traveled all the way to come meet you. Thank you.
Thank you.
This is your house?
Yes.
We are from African Voices. So, Mary Ann,
Yes.
welcome once again. Nice
Welcome.
to welcome us in your house.
Yes.
This sickness, fistula, when it started with you?
This condition started on me 2011 October 12. I was in the interior of my home, Grand Pastor, and we have a clinic. And this clinic.
You were in Grand Bassa?
Yes.
Okay.
Number 5 district, and we are very far from the clinic. So the big doctor for that clinic said the government sent message to him that no pregnant women or woman is allowed to get birth at home.
Okay.
So for this reason, he passed the law all over to town chief and midwife. Okay. And say if any town chief you have midwife in your town, and if you have pregnant woman or women in your town, you shouldn't allow that person to give birth at home. So he said if anybody caught doing that, you will be fined to pay $50 US. So for that reason, everybody got afraid. So I was in my 9 months. I came to the clinic. I was there from September 15 to October 12. At that time, the 14th was going on. And the pain grabbed me on a Saturday.
Okay.
I was in pain from Saturday to Wednesday. And there was no motorbike, neither car. And the people also passed the law that no motorbike rider is allowed to tow people over their back. If you caught doing that.
The pregnant women, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Then they were arrested. So for that reason, everybody got afraid. That's how they beat that one for the town. For the hospital. He asked the citizens, the youth for the town. He said they should tow me in Hammond, but they refused. They said they cannot tow me in Hammond. That's how they were forced to tow me over back. But within that movement, my legs were paralyzed under me. I can't feel nothing. That's how they carried me to the hospital. The child was already dead in me. They tow me over back.
During the time the guy had you on his back,
Yes.
the child already
Dead in me. I got paralyzed.
Okay.
So that's how he carried me to hospital. When we reached there, the condition I was in, the big doctor said he got a friend. Told the nurses to hurry up with me, carry me. They did a surgery on me for the child. The catheter was in me for 2 weeks. After the 2 weeks, they took off the catheter. I started experiencing the pee just coming down on my foot. At that time, I was hearing about the fistula, but I don't know the meaning of it.
Okay.
How we called the doctor. He came. When he came, he saw me. He said, "Oh," he told my sister, he said, "The thing where your sister came down with is what they call fistula." Well, it's not anything, it's not sickness, it's just a condition. But I have one of my friends in my welfare, he's a doctor for this condition by the name of Dr. Muluba.
Okay.
That's how I was there from that December 12th, from October 12th to December 2nd. The big doctor, they called him Dr. Smith. He was going for graduation in surgery. He told my father, say, "I will help your daughter." That's how he brought me to Kakatan, December 2nd. I was in Kakatan, he called Dr. Muluba. After calling Dr. Muluba, he left me there, he passed away. I was there from the 2nd to January. But I don't remember the main date of January.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, I was there from December 2nd. December 19th, Dr. Muluba came. He did the operation on me for the PP sickness. So he did the operation. Then the nurses in the hospital, they came in. They started advising me. They said, "Since you find yourself in such a condition like this, they already done the surgery.
The surgery, yeah.
You don't have to go back home, but they have a center that you will go there. You learn any trade you want to learn free of charge. You're not going to pay anything."
Okay.
So that's how I was there. Dr. Muluba, they contacted the BOMO, the head teacher for that
the
center.
center.
Yeah. So she contacted one doctor. They carried me to the training center. I was there for 6 months. I went. I did tailoring. After the 6 months, I graduated. They gave me the machine.
They taught you tailoring, eh?
Yes,
I saw you with tape here.
That entitled to that tailoring, they gave me all. Then they gave me one cell phone. They gave me $100.
Okay.
Then they carried me back to my home. When they carried me back, they will be calling me to find out how I and my people, how the condition between them and myself, the relationship. But the man that gave me the problem, he left me.
That's the next question I wanted to find out. During that time, you were pregnant, and through the surgery, you start experiencing the PP just coming by itself, PP. The people around you, how was the treatment? How they hold you?
For me, after the operation for the child, I never went back home.
Okay.
And my sister, the one was serving in the hospital, doing everything for me.
Okay.
My father was there doing everything for me also. But only the man, he left me.
So the man, you and him into relationship, that got you pregnant, he left you?
Yes. After I came down with the condition, he forgot about me.
He never asked about you again?
No.
And you don't even know where he is now?
I don't know.
So after the treatment,
Yes.
you got better. You okay now?
Yes.
You're all right? Okay. So no more PP, no more water coming by itself?
No.
Okay. So they gave you learn trade?
I learned trade.
You learn trade to sew clothes?
To sew clothes.
And the government help you with the equipment you need?
Yes.
To learn the trade. So you still sewing clothes up to now?
I'm still sewing clothes up to now.
Before we leave you, because your story is very interesting and an encouraging one, before we leave you,
Yes.
do you have any message for other women that might find themselves in that kind of PP and poo-poo condition? What would you tell them to do?
I have a message for them.
Yeah, what will you tell them? Tell them something. Yeah.
I want to tell my friends that out there who find yourself in such a condition like this.
Okay.
I know it is not easy to just come out like that and show yourself. But myself, that yeah, I was once like you before. Once I found myself in this condition, all to me, it was the end of my life. But now knowing people were there who were able to restore strength and life back in me. They restore hope in my life. And while I never knew before, now they make me to know it. I can ask anybody for anything. I can feed myself, do everything for myself. If even I'm sick, I want to take myself to hospital. I want to sponsor my child in school. So to all of my friends that are out there, I want to tell you, don't just sit there. By you sitting there, it's not the solution to this condition. It's just there to increase. So wheresoever you find yourself, come out and show yourself. This condition is free of charge. Any nearby hospital, you just go there. They will send you straight to the big hospital. And as you going there, they're going to transport you. If even you transport yourself to go there, they will pay you back your money that you used to transport yourself. And they will do your work free. From there, they will send you to the training center. As you're going there, you're not going to buy anything for yourself. They will provide everything to you. I mean, for you that are entitled to human health. So to all of my friends that are out there, this is not a sickness, it's just a condition. So do not be ashamed. Come out and get a solution to it.
Oh, thank you very much. Let me ask you, this is between you and I. You will have baby again?
Well, yes.
Yes. Thank you, Mary Ann. It's a pleasure. I'll come back and check on you again, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for